better shots now instead of holding it, putting on top of the daily. So yeah, I'm gonna cut back to when I've done some checks, done all that. Because I mean the coolant that was low, but when I filled it up, it's only filled the canister up. So hopefully it did have all the coolant in the system really. But I'm gonna let it warm up and then hopefully the smoke goes. But I mean it is disappearing, so I think it's just more condensation really. Because I mean we're getting some bad weather recently. So yeah, I'm gonna cut back to when all that's sorted and we'll get going. So yeah. So I've let it warm up for a little bit. Basically I have came to the conclusion we are definitely going to need a new radiator. I knew we were probably going to need one, but I mean now we're definitely going to need one. I'll show you now. So I filled it up, basically where the old leak spots were, because I did see some pipes that were leaking, had like the red mist around it, and they're still leaking, so I'll show you now. Basically just in there, you can see it there, got some red mist there, there's a bit of a coolant I've spilled putting it in, but you can't see that it is filled to the brim there, and you can't see down there that there are some red misting. So I mean at the end of the day we are going to need a new one, but it was good that I did check. I did check to see if we did need some coolant, and not coolant, definitely new radiator. So yeah, we're going to get started with sanding it down, getting all it ready for priming. So yeah. So we're going to get started with the bonnet. As you can see right there, we've got all the filler on that. So we're going to try sand it back down, get it shaped again. Bearing in mind, it's the first time I've done this, so yeah, let's go. So we've got two bad news and no good news. The first bad news is, I'll actually quickly show you. So the first bad news is I have put it on wrong. So it's got tons of little rivets in, which I'm gonna have to fill back in. Plus there is still a little bit of a dent there. I can just mainly feel it. So that's the first bad news. Second bad news is, you can probably tell, raining. So it's going to be raining soon, which isn't good, especially if I wanted to be doing some painting today. So that's the first bad news. Well, both bad news really. I'm going to see if I can try get these ones down. That one, and that one. I think this one should be the easiest one. Hopefully anyways, because it just needed a little bit of filler. It's just because it was a bit patchy. This one, I'm hoping it's not going to be the same as that one, but you can see some little rivets, like some little divots in, so that's my fault. That's my fault mainly because I've never put any filler on a car before, so that's the biggest issue at the moment, is just doing that. The second biggest issue is the rain. So if it's coming in bad, I'm going to have to put the car back in, let that dry, and then we'll get back at it. But the sun is probably going to be setting soon. That's the other bad thing, the sun's setting. Not really going to have much time, so I think I'll put the car in, maybe, because I won't be able to sand it down in the rain because I'm dry sanding it. So that's going to be the worst part of it, really. We need to dry it off and get that all sorted. So yeah, I'll cut back to when we've made some progress with something. So the rain came, and basically what I did was very quickly get the car back in the container, mainly because with the filler that we've laid down, it gets really soft in the wet, and basically means we've got to wait for it to dry again. As you can see here, it's just coming off with my finger, isn't it? So that's the bad thing, but the good thing is about this is with this side that I originally sanded by hand, with the rain coming in, I now see clearly why it was a good decision to start sanding that side with the machine sander. So the bad bits now is basically I've got to wait for it to dry off where the filler is, just to lay more filler on it. So that's the bad thing. So yeah, I'll cut back once I've got everything back in the container and dried off really, so then we'll just go from there. So yes, it's the next day, we are back again with the Lexus. I've just gotten it out pretty much like 2 minutes ago. One thing I can say already is it's still wet. So that's going to be the little bit of a bad thing for today, because we're going to have to spend some time drying it back off again. But as I'll show you here. So yeah, there's just dots everywhere. It's all mucky. I need to get it all dried off, degreased, and then I'll go around with the DA with the 600, because the DA I've only got the 600, not the 800. So go around with the 600. And then after that, then it will be fully ready to prime. So yeah, I'm gonna get drying this off, and yeah, we'll just go from there. But yeah, that's how it's looking now at the moment. So she's out once again. As you can see, there's just tons of marks everywhere of where it's raining, and I've just swiped my hand off when I've been walking past it in the container. So yeah, let's get going with dry. And if anyone's wondering, that's how much blue roll you need to dry off a Lexus IS200 without the bumpers. So yeah, she's all dry now. I'm gonna get started with DAing. So DA sanding the car down in most of the bits that we've missed. So what's available right now? So what's available right now is the bonnet, these two doors, the rear arch isn't, but this bit is going all the way across there. Other than them, we're getting two new front wings, we're getting the new arch fitted, that's in the back corner there. The boot will be available. I'm debating to paint this, I think I should, but we'll get to that point where it gets there. So that's available for paint. This rear arch is also available to paint as well, all the way up and all the way back down again. That door isn't, this door is. I can't see any dents or scratches in this. So we're getting two new front wings, the two sills, the rear arch on that side. We're getting the cross member done as well. The front radiator, that's getting replaced. We'd need to do a service on it. We need to paint it first of all. But this is the main arch here, as it goes down back behind there. So that needs doing most definitely. But I can't see any actual damage on the door other than that little rust there. So we're going to get started with these bits here, and we're just going to leave the bits that need replacing. So yeah, I'll get back to you once we're starting that. So I've sanded most of the car down once again with the DA, went back over it. You may notice I've got blue tape everywhere. So I've put the blue tape on just already so far, just so I don't have to spend more time prepping it once I've done the sanding. I've got all this bit all done. So I've got the I've mainly just got the windows. I haven't done the sunroof one yet, because what my plan might be is to just put the sunroof back and then just tape over that bit. I might not, or I might just tape over that, and then I've got the front window done. I just need a little bit more time just getting all these little excess bits down. From there as well, I've put a bit more filler on here. I've sanded it down, put a bit more filler on. made it nice and smooth, so there's now going to be hopefully no ripples in that once it comes off. I put a little bit of filler here because there was a little bit of a dent there. Oh, wait for the cap. I put a little bit of filler there, so put a little bit more filler on this side because there was a bit too major dents. Like, there's a couple of dents here, there, and everywhere that I'm thinking I'm just going to leave because I'm not that bothered about them. This has went quite well. I just need a little bit more on that. I haven't touched this one yet. I've put a bit more on this one just to flatten it out. There's like a few ripples like that, but that just easily sands off straight away. Like this bit here, that all just sands straight off. So yeah, this video was just a bit more about the prepping stages on how I've done it, really. So hopefully by the next one we can start priming some of the major panels, like the bonnet, like a couple of the doors, and like some of the rear, like one of the rear arches in the boot as well, and the roof after that. So yeah, today is New Year's Eve, so I might be able to get this video up on today, really. So yeah, I'm going to spend a little bit more time just cracking around with it, just for a little bit, just tiny little bits everywhere that I'm not really bothered about getting the camera. So yeah, if this video is up on New Year's Eve, have a good New Year and hope you all the best. See you later.